Sorghum is a drought-tolerant crop, and in many of these areas, the climate is changing, and drought is becoming more and more prominent. And so crops like sorghum and millet are important for building resiliency in the environment in which they're now cultivated, and potentially in areas where other crops are being cultivated today, and down the road maybe a new ground for growing, expanding sorghum and millet into those areas because of the fact that the environment is changing and opening doors for crops that are crop resilient.
I would like to continue on the major problems that I'm currently working on. Drought is it's a number one problem almost all over sorghum growing environments across the globe. Striga is a major problem, particularly in Ethiopia and several African countries. And improving nutrition, it's important. So you need to work on the food quality aspect. Also, you need to consider a holistic approach. Most of the African sorghum farmers, they follow a mixed farming system. They have livestock and they also grow sorghum. So these areas are actually mostly a sorghum environment. Mostly they grow sorghum dominantly because sorghum is more adapted to this dryland environment. And so my plan is to develop varieties, hybrids that are tolerant to drought, resistant to striga, resistant to major diseases like anthracnose, grain mold, and some abiotic factors like soil factors such as soil acidity, aluminum, toxicity.
We continually work with on-the-ground network in every country that we worked in. And currently we're working on it in Ethiopia, and we work with the national programs and regional programs and various activities within those programs that support the work that we do and that is meaningful to them, useful to them, and useful to us. And we work with them to make sure that the work is successful. And it's a team, it's a teamwork. And without the team on the ground, we will not be able to do much from here.
My research, particularly in Ethiopia, where we have so many challenges like drought is a major problem, striga is a major problem in dryland parts, and in some part in the wetlands even. And these two problems are actually not only specific to Ethiopia, but other African countries too, like in the Western African countries that grow sorghum. So I'm trying to develop varieties and hybrids with help of Dr. Kibisa and other SMIL team members and the Ethiopian national program. We're trying to develop varieties and hybrids that will benefit farmers. So it's more applicable in terms of drought resilience in Africa, particularly in arid and semi-arid parts of the country. So that's going to be, I think, a huge benefit to farmers whenever we have these varieties developed, released. We demonstrate these hybrids and varieties to farmers. So in terms of food security, drought resilience, striga resistance, these varieties will be very helpful to African farmers, particularly the small-scale growers. So my plan is to go back and help the Ethiopian breeding program. We have so many research activities, variety development for particularly these major constraints, drought, striga, disease, improving for grain quality, and also improving for stock quality, because sorghum stock is very important for livestock feed in Ethiopia, particularly in the dryland parts.
It's important to be in a team of people that are sharing same common goal, and so we work as a team, and being a member of the SMIL has been good from that regard.